Hello everyone, welcome to Tarot by the Moon. This is Tasha. We're in the dark moon phase. I'm so excited. This is the first dark moon phase tarot reading that we've done. It's a much sort of more relaxed and also at the same time scattered energy, I want to say. It feels like everything that built up from the new moon to the full moon up to last week, yeah, and then this week in between where the moon is actually waning, so the excess stuff that you've managed to accumulate, and the excess sort of emotional baggage, mental baggage, fatigue, just stuff that you just don't want, stuff that's in your way, stuff that you didn't mean to sort of attract and pick up as the month went along. This week's all about letting that go, okay? Without throwing the baby out with the bathwater, as they say. It's a very auspicious energy for it, actually, because we've come out of the Leo season and we've gone into the Virgo season, I believe, just over a week ago. So Virgo's all about organising, sorting, refining everything, finding out what works and what doesn't work. And when we apply that to the dark moon energy that we're in at the minute, it does lend very well to that. Those energies sort of complement each other, is what I mean. So while we're looking at what no longer, what we don't need, what we can let go of before the next new moon comes in, what sort of things we're holding on to, whether it's emotional clutter, mental clutter, actually physical clutter, Virgo's going to help out a lot with that, and we're in the lovely Virgo season now. So the whole season, the whole 28, 30 days will be, you'll be feeling like you want to sort things. You'll be finding out what works, what doesn't. Personally, this is something I need massively in my life right now. I've really welcomed Virgo season coming in, actually, and straight away I've felt that energy, like day by day I've felt that energy over the last week. And as I say, it's going to be with us for around about another 3 weeks, so make the most of it. It's all about getting things sorted in all areas, and any areas of your life it can be applied to. And just like literally like every day, like just even if it's just a little thing, whether it's a big thing or a little thing or whatever it is, the little things can be just as important as the big things sometimes, as we know. It's like figuring out what actually is this working? Yes, no, and then letting it go. Oh, well, maybe I'll find trying different ways of doing things. Refinement. By the end of the Virgo season, I hope to, for instance, have this channel much more refined, and lots of other things in my life right across the board. But it's not about sort of stressing about it and going, oh, well, I'm doing this wrong, or any of those sorts of negative sorts of behaviours. It's sort of about just seeing what's working, what's not working, trying different things, letting it all unfurl, yeah. And the thing to remember as well with this week's dark gibbous new moon, dark moon, sorry, waning moon, it's been in Gemini. No, it's been in Taurus, sorry. It's in Taurus today. It's been in Taurus for the last day or two. Taurus, very earthy, very sensual, very luxurious, okay? So, this may have been just a little bit of a kickback weekend, or a little bit of a weekend where you're sort of indulging in sort of luxuries. That could be anything. That could be from pampering yourself or feeding yourself nice food, or just, enjoying the good things in life. You'd be feeling that a lot. But as we're going into Gemini, I think this is a really good sort of little time to sort of look at this waning moon and honour this waning moon, because in with Gemini over the next couple of days, we're going to find we are in the mood for sort of having a look, what being a bit more versatile, being a bit more curious about things. Again, it complements that energy of Virgo, of sorting out what works, what doesn't, and with the waning moon of letting things go that don't work, release, okay? So it just feels like this is a perfect time to sort of think about that today, just as we're on a cusp of going into a couple of days of Gemini, because then we're really going to feel that that's going to sort of add power to that Virgo energy of, well, let's try something different. Let's see, you know, if I can do it differently or completely, you know, a way that you perhaps haven't thought about before and things like that. By the end of the month, we should be operating on a lot more of a refined and organised and know where we're at with the things we're doing as well, and the various different projects or interests that we have by the end of the month. I'm going to talk about the collective for a little minute, but I'm not going to keep on about it so much today, simply because I haven't immersed myself so much in it this week. This week's been, like as I've explained at the beginning of these readings, I'm ruled by the moon. I'm a Cancerian, and this week is always a really tired week for me, the dark moon week. This is the week that I'll be on the cusp of a migraine. In fact, I've been on a sort of a bit of a migraine last night. It's cleared up today. And when I'm feeling like that, I tend to sort of stay away from the media and the horror and all of that. So give myself a little bit of a cleanse and a break from it. But when I'm meditating, one thing that I've noticed all week long is like, what's going on this week? And it's like, what chakras am I feeling activity in and whatever? And it's like, do you know what? All the chakras. Literally all week, all the chakras. I feel like it's time for a tune-up. And again, Virgo, ideal time for a tune-up. It's a time to sort of step back from the madness out there. We're in the waning moon, as I say, so it's time to release all of the madness that we may have absorbed throughout the month on the collective level, So this week I don't really want to be taking any more of that on, unless somebody's come to me with a you know, which invariably people do, whether you've said you're going to watch the news or not, with some crazy mad story and whatever. But I've managed to sort of give myself a little break from that this week, and it's all about letting go of what I've collected through the month with all of that. I've forgotten where I was going with that there, my beautiful people. But it's just you know, about as again, what I'm trying to impart in on this channel, apart from a reading for everyone, which I know so many of you are enjoying. It is actually just like about sharing the teaching of how we can work within the energies of the moon. So as I say, for me this week's a bit more about sort of, you know, taking it easy, going inward. I've taken on a lot less the collective stress. When I have meditated, I felt like all the chakras need a tune-up. All of them need a general tune-up. I don't know if that's quite a Virgo thing as well. Like I say, I feel like it is, because it's about, well, it all needs sorting. Oh, well, you know, if you're going to... It's like, if a Virgo was going to sort out a wardrobe, all right, they'd pull everything out, clean it all out, organise everything probably in alphabetical or coloured order, or, you know, and all of that sort of thing, where somebody with a less of a Virgo sort of influence might just go, I'll just tidy this shelf, or I'll just tidy this bit, or these coats have fallen down, or whatever. But with this Virgo energy, and I haven't got any strong Virgo placements or anything like that, but I'm working with the energy, as I say, and I'm really feeling it. I feel like it all needs to be sorted out for it to be sorted out properly, if that makes sense. So, yeah, tuning up the chakras, there's lots of ways to do it. There's lots of fabulous, you know, I'm not a teacher of those sorts of things or anything. I only know what I know or what works for me, and those, etc. I do recommend having a look at a YouTube channel called Meditative Mind. It's got some fantastic binaural cleansing, tune-up sort of things on there. They've got a very good one, which I think is only about 20 odd minutes long, and it'll actually take you through each of your 7 chakras and sort of tune them up. And if you do it a few times, I find that one, you'll really start to see you know, you can sort of tune them all up, and then we can start again to see what individually is out of whack, and what the triggers for that are, and what we can do about that, okay, to bring a bit of balance back in. So this week is all sort of on letting it unfurl, okay? Letting those energies unfurl, and you will naturally feel like sort of sort it, like I say, let that natural Gemini curiosity come up over the next day or two. Today is Sunday, I'm recording this on Sunday. Sunday was still in the Taurus energy. So relax, it's perfect for a Sunday, Taurus energy. Just relax and enjoy the good things, you know. But over the next few days as the week begins, do go with that energy of, oh, what's different? What are you curious about? What would you like to try that's different? What would you like to see that's different in your life? How can you integrate that into actually organising, refining and sorting all of the systems that you need to continue to progress? Yeah. I just want to say thank you as well. I don't think I've said thank you, so thank you once again. I've had another fantastic week, I have to say. I've connected with so many of you. It's been really emotional. It's been really touching. I've been shown a lot of generosity. I've been shown a lot of appreciation. It gives me heart. It gives me heart to keep going. It gives me heart that, you know, all you guys, you get in touch with me personally and individually, and you all know how much how much this means to me and how much I do care about each and every one of you. There was something I was going to say then. Oh yeah, my weird inklings. So last week I said to you that I've been getting played for somebody who wants a cup of coffee with 2 sugars. Well, found out the piece of that puzzle. And I know you're listening, and I know you know, and I'm not going to name names or anything like that. But suffice to say, we did find the missing piece of that puzzle. But it's also worth remembering as well that not everybody sort of gets this sort of thing. And some people, it can be quite a trigger for them in a negative way. You know, I've had it said to me of, well, that may be the case. You know, you may have picked up on a spirit that's very close to somebody you care about or somebody in your circle. But it's a very awkward sort of thing then that you have to come up against in this sort of lifestyle, which is sometimes that person doesn't want to hear that. Sometimes that person feels like you're actually trampling on their memories. And of course you haven't meant to do that at all. You haven't intentionally done that. Just that spirits come close because they know they're able to come close. So you have to treat these sort of I'm just sharing this with you because this is something you're all, you know, we all come up against it at one point or another. And the best thing to do is to just always treat that person with respect that you would expect to be treated with, and not to mention it to them anymore. Now, that's not to say I close that spirit out. I certainly don't. In fact, I really wanted to do a seance this week as well, but I haven't had the energy, to be honest with you. But yeah, we found who the coffee from 2 sugars was anyway. And there was something else, wasn't there? Oh, so this week, right, so I was going to do a seance, and I didn't have the energy. I sort of laid in bed and sort of thought, oh, well, I've dropped to sleep for a couple of hours and I'll wake up around about 12. And I did think that. I thought I'll wake up around about 12, and if the house is nice and quiet and I'm not disturbing anyone or whatever, I'll try it then. Because I think there are several... there's something very interesting going on most days of the week, let's put it that way. So I fell asleep. Mr. Milo's just there on the floor, by the way, if you can hear strange noises and sighing. He's just by my feet down here. So I fell asleep, and sure enough, I was woken up. But it was the oddest thing. It was like I have this as well. I kind of knew that something was going to happen. I knew that something was going to happen. That's why I sort of half mentally prepared myself to get up and do the seance. But I was just fast asleep. And I woke up to just literally somebody right in my ear going, shh, just shushing, shh, like that. Again, I woke up, I thought, somebody's just shushed. There was not a sound around. My neighbours' houses were quiet. There was, you know, I couldn't account for it. I was really, really tired, struggling to keep my eyes open, and I heard it again. Shh! Really loudly, like right in my ear as well. And I thought, that's just quite, like, literally my heart was going like heck, and I could feel it ringing in my ear, you know. I got up and I looked about and whatever, and I was like, Okay, that's something quite specific, and that's something almost comical as well. It's like as if somebody thinks it's funny to wake people up by shushing them really loudly. So I found it quite comical and quite curious, and I have no idea what it is or what's to do with. I didn't get up and do my seance because, as I say, I was absolutely drained, absolutely drained last week. It was a very busy week, incredibly busy. And I had to push through and carry on being busy. So I just literally didn't have the energy for that. And I sort of said that in my head. I said, so sorry about this, but I haven't got the energy. But thank you very much for the shush. She's woke me right up. In the morning, I found out that I'm not the first person who's had that experience in this house. So there you go. This must be something to do with this house in particular. Now, I've heard right next to me in this house, I've had somebody come right up to my face and sort of say, all right, like that, in a very Welsh sort of way as well, all right, just that. So much so that I thought that somebody had walked into my kitchen one day and actually said all right to me, and there was just no one there. So it's interesting. It's an old cottage. It's very interesting. But I just thought I'd share that with you because it's so funny that somebody's woke me up going shush really loudly. Somebody obviously thought that was funny in life. So those are the things I got to share with you this week, my darlings. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move on to this reading. I've enjoyed doing these readings so much, and thank you so much, every single one of you. Like I say, every week, please like, if you haven't already, on the YouTube video. It helps me enormously. Please share it. Please share please share it. And even if you haven't, even if you just share it on Facebook, please share it. Get it out there, because otherwise I'm, not going to be reaching people, and there's not going to be really any much point in me continuing with this. I can't do this without you guys helping me, supporting me, and sharing and liking and commenting. Please comment in the box below. Please get in touch with me. Like I say, the biggest thing you can do for me is actually subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. If you haven't subscribed already, it's free to create a YouTube account, and it's free then to subscribe to the channels. There's no catch, there's no drama. Because I used to be one of those people who used to think, oh, do I have to do this? Is this going to be? And you know what? It's not. There's no catch at all. And I think any of you listening now know I wouldn't say that if it wasn't true. Please like, subscribe, and share. It's really important if we're going to be able to carry on doing this channel. Okay. Thank you so much. I know you're all with me in spirit, and I know you're all. What was I going to say? Rooting for me, as it were, in that way. Okay. And I appreciate that so much, as you know. I'm just going to go in now, and we're going to do our reading. So before we go in, I'm just going to call in the highest vibration of love and only love into my readings. And I mean that sincerely. I call in the highest vibration of love and only love into all of my tarot readings, whether I do them various methods of doing a tarot reading for somebody, and I'm open to them all. But that's the only thing I really call in, and that's the only thing I really truly believe, if you want to know as well. As soon as I sense that something's not in the highest vibrational level around these readings, I close it down, or I take a break, or I come back and try again. Okay. Spirit of love and only love. Okay, let's go. We're here to serve as a conduit for divine source messages that will aid to guide us all, both collectively and as conscious individuals, in the highest vibration of love, and only the highest vibration of love, for myself, for yourselves, for each one of you, for all of the people you care about, for anyone else involved that comes up in these readings, for all of humanity. Oh, cards want to talk straight away today. For all of the animals, for all of the life here on planet Earth. Okay, just the highest vibration of love and only love, please. Okay. Just one more card, please. Okay. Okay. Starting in air, you know the format by now. We do the elements, we do air, water, fire and earth, okay? Starting in air, this is describing our mental processes, our thought processes, and where we're at with all of that sort of things. I love this particular guy, and you know what? This came up for somebody that I read for the other day, and does he not have that look about him like Usain Bolt had about him when he just did that thing where he knew he was, you all know what I'm talking about, where he knew he was going to win and he was just like, yeah, and he was super confident. I was just reading this card for a lady the other day and I realised that it's the King of Wands. So this is all about actually being very confident. Like I say, Usain Bolt confident. I mean, that level of confidence where it's like, it's not just confidence, it's like more of an actual knowing that you've got this, because, you know, let's take the example of Usain Bolt. You've trained, you've got the skill, you've got the, you've done the training, you've got the discipline, you've got the positive mindset. There's no way you can lose. Also, it's about not cracking up under the pressure of it all. So, because that's the only thing that could tip somebody like that, really. I think it's like, you've got everything going for us right now with this coming up in the area of air. Sorry, I'm a little bit. Last week I was discombobulated was the word, but this week I'm just a little bit tired. Just bear with me, you get used to me, right? So yeah, it's all about sort of like having your passion, having all your willpower and drive and all your things like that. Mentally, we're on it then. Mentally, we feel like we're ready. Mentally, we feel like we've got this. We've been working hard. We've released all of the negative things we don't want to work with anymore. We've accumulated a lot of new energy that has taken us forward to where we want to be. The only thing that can mess that up is putting too much pressure on yourself, I think. So it's all about keeping a cool head and understanding that we've absolutely got this. As soon as we start to feel a bit of pressure with it, or like, yeah, I know I've got, all these things going for me, and yeah, I know I've sort of set myself up for success or whatever there, but there's that, right, we'll come to that in a minute, because that's coming into emotions more than anything. This is all about saying to us, we're going to keep a cool head. We're going to allow our head to actually take charge there and coach yourself out of it. It's going to be fine. You've prepared. You're equipped. Just keep telling yourself these things. You're prepared, you're equipped, you're disciplined, you're motivated, you're talented. All of those things that you need to be to move ahead with various projects and plans, okay? Coming into the element of... Sorry, is my up there? Water, we've got the Hermit. Interestingly, the Hermit does represent Virgo in the major arcana, which, as I've explained, we're just entering, well, I think we've been in Virgo for about a week now. We're in Virgo season. We are in Virgo season. It's great seeing that coming up there in the area of fire. It's like, fire, water, of our emotions. It's a very stabilising energy, the Hermit, especially emotionally, I find. If you look at him there as well, it's almost like he's, it's about protecting yourself almost, I want to say. I'm getting a little bit of a download here with this, a little bit of an insight now. It feels like, yes, you understand you're ready, yes, you understand you're capable and all of those things, okay, this sort of energy mentally, but emotionally, okay, you know that this is, I want to say, playing your cards close to your chest as well with the Hermit. And there's nothing wrong with that when it's appropriate. Sometimes we do need to play our cards close to our chest. Sometimes we do need to keep our energies close. Sometimes it's wholly appropriate, especially in Virgo season, and for this to come up now with our emotions. sometimes we need to protect all of that. Not in a defensive way, not in a setting yourself up for hurt sort of way, which you would be if we were defensive, but just in a way that's sort of like, especially this week with the waning moon as well, it sort of ties in very nicely with that, because it's a quieter energy. Like I say, I always feel tired when the moon's in this phase and everything, and a little bit headachy and all of that, and it's very natural to sort of put that blanket, you know, so to speak, around yourself of I'm protecting my emotions. You know, I'm not really putting my energy out there a lot right now, and that's okay. Like I say, it doesn't have to be defensive. It doesn't have to be about setting up or catastrophizing. It's just simply natural, because this week's a nice week to sort of hunker down with your emotions. Maybe just you need to look at them. Maybe it's not appropriate time for sort of sharing them with everybody and things like that. So I want to say intimate energy, but not obviously not in a carnal sense, but it is a very intimate energy. Dark moon, letting go of what's no longer serving, okay, letting go of what we've accumulated that we shouldn't have accumulated, stuff that's probably not even ours, stuff we've accumulated off the collective, and then very hermit, very inward, very sticking to your own thing, very doing what's best for you, and that kind of thing. Hold on a minute, friends, I'm going to have a break.